She made this t-shirt that says, I heart you.
You don't have to prove that because you are comfortable with who you are. You are well aware of who you are. So therefore you are going to stand 10 toes down on who you are with no question. Now, and the reason why I'm, like I said, sharing this information because this information could be applied to your life and yourself in real time, like right now. You don't have to wait. Okay, let me see where I'm at. He acts only when his realm needs to be stabilized and protected. The mountains surrounding him are protective barriers. They are his seat of power. Yeah, like these golden mountains back here, and ghost is like yellow. And to me, what I got from this card when I was, meditating on this card is okay. I see he got the red, robe on. That means he is, and because he sits on a stone throne, because he sits on a stone throne, that he is basically grounded in his foundation. So he's already grounded. That's why he embodies all of the kings and as well as the empress, of course, or the queens. That's what makes him, you know, the emperor. And going back to the yellow part, when I look at the yellow, I think of the solar plexus because that is your willpower. That is, what's going to put you on go to go make them decisions to do what you need to do. So, the solar is your willpower. And that's why he sits on the mountains because he's well aware of his willpower and he's on go and he's go whatever needs to be done he go get it done. He's not go be overly aggressive or underly aggressive. He's just gonna present that in a well balanced manner whatever decisions or moves he needs to make. Now, the emperor wields the scepter and the orb. Now that is, the masculine and feminine. The emperor holds both in balance and understands that each are equally indispensable. The emperor is relaxed and at peace with his masculinity and his femininity. Yeah, because he, like I said, he wouldn't have got to that energy if he still needed to do work on himself. He already done the work and he already established himself on his in his inner world as well as his outer, realm. So he's good there. And if you look closely, there is even a stream emerging from his mountains in the distance. Yeah, it's like right here, and water symbolizes the emotions as well as a good source of for the garden. Put it that way. Whatever you hold your garden to be, whether you hold it to be a source for food or whether you hold your garden to be an inner source like your mind or your heart space, you can apply whatever program you want to apply to this information. But if you do it correctly, then you'll be able to, carry out the work that need to be done to get yourself on this level. And so, because of that water is streaming from the mountains in the distance, the emperor does not or does have contact with the sensitive element of water, meaning, he's balanced in his emotions. This spring will flow down from his mountain and feed the empress waterfall far below. Yeah, because them two are one. So Let's just forget about that because she has a mountain in her background too that has a stream or a waterfall or whatever you want to call it coming from her background. And I did do a video, like I said, on the Empress card on Mother's Day, and I took it down because I had took all my stuff down because I was taking a break, for all of the stuff I was dealing with the death and everything. But I re-emerged that video and put it back up, and now I'm doing the Emperor video. But if you look closely at the Empress card, when I picked it up, it showed you, different symbolisms and signs. In her card, you will see it back there. Um, Let me see. Going back to the Emperor. Where are we at? Okay, the Emperor appears as a firm figure, the complement of his soft-featured wife, the Empress. Yeah, because like if you want to look at passive and aggressive, but with balance being equated to that, then when you look at these two being together as one, then you will see the perfect balance and harmony within their lives. Not talking about them as a literal, real, you know, people, but just, allegorically talking about the situation dealing with energy because energy is the thing that seems far more real to me than anything else that's going around. But, anyways, um, the Empress sits relaxed in her garden, dispensing love and nurturing to her children. However, the Empress garden can only exist because the Emperor protects its border, giving her this safe space to do her important work, which is, rear her children within the knowledge of the Emperor and the wisdom that she holds, so her child can have the best of both teachings, which is understanding. The child is gonna give birth to understanding once these teachings are done. Okay, within you, there is not only an empress, but an emperor as well. Yeah, as I was explaining that. Because both are vitally important to be balanced as a human being. And if one archetype is ignored, inner turmoil often results. And if you look closely at, the world you're in, because we all have different perceptions. So therefore, when we perceive things, that will make a world your world. But if you are ignoring one of the archetypes of the masculine and the feminine energy within your world, then yeah, your world will become turmoil and something will be off. But that's why I like this center point right here, because if you in the center of it, you can go to either side and tweak whatever you need to tweak to get it back in order. For your world, I mean, you going in somebody else's world and mind and heart space trying to tweak and critique what's going on with them. You do what you gotta do for you. You do what's best for you. Okay. But I'm not gonna get into the whole thing. Now I'm about to talk a little bit about the Emperor in reverse. If the Emperor appears reversed, he may be asking you to identify what feels unstable in your realm at this time. Yeah, because if you find some instability in your life, it's your job to go and fix that, not nobody else's. So don't be trying to hold other people accountable for the things you have to do for yourself. Always have an open mind and an open heart, so that way you will be able to have the clarity you need to have to be able to spot the things out that are your responsibility. And I say this out of love and respect because some people will provide that information to you and it could be a little harsh or whatever when, because people, they have a light side and a dark side. I don't know what everybody else's goal is, but my goal is to, be who I am, which is the light side balance with the dark side, because I have a dark side too. Now, don't think I ain't, but I like to remain on my light side because for me it feels more healthier to do. Now, if you have other opinions on it, hey, that's your business. I'm not here to, you know, tell you what to do. I'm just sharing with you how I deal with the work I'm doing for myself and what I need to do. So, and it also says, often this instability results from procrastination on pressing matters that requires confrontation. Sometimes this card alerts you to embody or alerts you to embody. Lord, somebody don't want me to get this information out, but I'm gonna get it out. So, anyways, going back to what I was saying, sometimes this card alerts you to embodying too much passive empress energy. Confrontation can seem like an uncomfortable concept, and I know in one of my past videos that I took down also was the Ten of Pentacles. I was saying how I don't, like conflict, especially when it comes to these labels, because the more I'm growing in my journey, the more I can see the things that I just don't even need to be involved with in certain ways. So therefore, when confrontation comes my way, instead of like reacting to it, I just choose not to react to it. It's a time and a place to react to things, and you're supposed to be picking your battles wisely, picking and choosing your battles wisely, and that's what I'm into. So, you know and it might be a little boring for y'all, but it's exciting to me. It's exciting to me. I'm making my journey as exciting as possible. And man, like, anyways, let's just get back. Okay, we often would much rather avoid the conflict. In truth, avoiding and procrastinating leads to the perpetual sense of inner turmoil and anxiety that is much more difficult to exist with. Confrontation or confrontating issues or projects that have been avoided will revitalize and restore your sense of order, control, and self confidence. Take responsibility for all that is under your charge. It's time to lead, not follow. The emperor's role is to defend, promote, and protect all that he cares for. And that's pretty much what the emperor is standing for. This is just, a piece of the information that could be helpful. Now, this book is different, like, because it involves working and intuitive and intentional ways to go about your journey. And this is what my universe is about. It's about healing. It's about sharing how I heal and showing you, the things I do, because I might read every now and then, and sometimes I might just go off the top of what's going on inside of me and, share that way. But my universe is about helping and healing people, and it's also about, I don't want to say bigging people up, but it's about celebrating people when they have success in their endeavors or everything they're trying to do. So it's not shy of celebrating people, and it's all about healing. It's all about laughter. Cause I'm a laugh. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be stone faced or too serious when I'm doing this. But you still are getting me, the authentic me. This is how I am all the time. So, all right, now what had the information that struck me in here, because it seemed like it was a little different coming from this book than that book. But it says, for the emperor, have you ever imagined what it would be like to build your own world, or to have a world that was in alignment with your own personal beliefs, thoughts, and feelings? Can you even see what sort of people would live there and how the structure of the society will work? It is not easy about having massive numbers of people in your care. It is not easy to set the rules and regulations that hundreds, thousands, or millions would have to live their lives by. Yet, this is exactly what the emperor does. He is law, he is structure, he is the creator of his own empire, the builder of his own world. Now, that, like, that's what my universe is about. It's not about, like me trying to create a universe so I can oversee what everybody else is doing. It is me creating my own universe to show you how I heal myself in my own universe, meaning, within in me, and to be able to share that information so it can be applied, but it's by free will. Of course, it's not by force. You don't have to take in this information if you don't want to, but if you do, I'm showing you how it helps me. And so that was another piece of the puzzle about what the empress or the emperor is all about: law, structure, and he is the creator of his own empire, the builder of his own world. And it's okay for everybody to be on that level, you know, in their own way. Like, what people don't seem to understand is when you have a perception, an opinion, or anything, an idea, then it's no longer like on a universal scale until you become a part of a collective that actually resonates with what you're talking about. So that's how we are all one. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not separate. Nobody, it's like we all have the same ideas and everything, but what I'm getting at is when you're having an idea and there's somebody else around, then and you start to build off of that idea, then it becomes your personal idea until you reach other dimensions and higher learning. Then you become the seed that, damn, we a collective. So it's just we all in one infinite mind, and I came up with an idea and found out that other people resonate with it and was thinking about that same thing. That's what an emperor is about when it comes to building his own world. So I'm taking it as if it's being explained in that sense, not, how we have governments and, organization, and there's one leader and he is overseeing everybody else's mindset in an organization or anything like that. So with that being said, because I know I said a lot, I'm at 35 minutes in, so I'm go cut this short. And I just wanted to present this piece of information to you because it goes well with the storyline of the Empress, and neither one of them are more important than the other. He does not act with his Empress in the background. They're on equal footing. They acknowledge each other. They see each other as equals. And the best part about it is they perfectly balanced because they know about this center knowledge right here and they applied it. So that's why they reached the heights and the levels of the energy that they're on. You know what I'm saying? This thing is really all about energy. But okay, that's pretty much it for that. And hopefully this information helps. But if not, it's helping me. So no, I'm just being funny, cracking jokes. It was a joke, but hopefully you guys have a great evening. Love, live life, and remember, do what's best for you. And it's all about you in this moment. So, is you growing or is you staying stuck? You ain't gotta let me know that. But y'all have a nice evening.